Okay, thanks for being here, guys. First, I want to show the equipment that I use. This is the projector that I use to get the image onto the thing. This is what I use to hold my phone. It's a canvas lamp. I love them. I've used it to death. It's a great product. These are the 12-inch rounds that I use to do this project. And here is where you can find them on Amazon. They're very cheap, as you can see. And this is the equipment that I use for wood burning. Also on Amazon. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but this is it right here. Hi, everybody. Thanks for being here. On this equipment, it's got a little sponge that I'm going to add water to. That's for if I have any hot tips that I need somewhere to lay them when they get super hot in the equipment. I'm choosing a detailing tip that is good for outlining, which is what we're about to do. And you screw those in on the sides there. Make sure they're good and tight. Before you turn on any power or start heating up this device at all. These devices are super powerful. So I'm going to plug this in now. I do put this device on the highest level of heat because I like to go quick. When I first started out, I didn't do that. I did like a mid-range until I got used to it. But I like to be able to go quicker, so I do the highest level of heat. So I've got the machine on, so we are now ready to go. Put that in there for safety. Okay, so we are going to start outlining this project now that I have it all drawn out. And I'm going to start slow. You can kind of see how I'm kind of inching along. I don't want to leave the instrument in the same place for too long, otherwise it'll put a hole in it. So I'm just going to go slow and methodically until I get used to it. This is a very detailed point that I have on the applicator that I'm holding. So it's going, if it puts a hole in there, it's going to put a big hole in there. So I'm starting to get used to it. I'm going to go a little faster. Here in a second, I'm going to do a time lapse. As you can see, I'm going quicker now through this. Just going to finish outlining it. And sorry for my hair showing in the video. And I am going to finish getting this done, and then we'll do shading next. What we're going to do today is shade this piece. And I'm going to pull up my reference on my iPad. Let's see, get that reference away. All right, here's my reference. So we're going to start with the face. As you can see right here, it's got a lot of shading around the mouth and around the eyes. It's also got the eyes blacked out, so we want to make it look like that. So the first thing we're going to do is turn this off and get a shading. Let's see here. I have used this one a lot. It works pretty well, so we're gonna try that one. When you're replacing these, make sure that you don't touch anything. It's very hot. Okay. Make sure it's on there really good. And we'll turn it back on and it'll start heating up really quickly. So what I'll do is I'll put a picture of the reference I'll add a picture of the reference onto the video so that y'all can see what I'm doing as I'm doing it. On this really dark area, I'm going to go ahead and do that first, and I can just do it in like that. It'll kind of give us a feel for this attachment. This attachment, all these attachments came with it. It looks like they're called wood burning wire points. That came with the kit that I got. So I haven't had to buy any more. Because it comes with lots of them. Since I'm doing this area first, it gives me a feel for this attachment and how it works and how it will work when I blend. Because right now I'm just making sure to color everything in. Normally I would use the other one for that, but this is working really well. Okay. All right, so now that I have gotten used to this, I can start using it. I'm going to start around the mouth. I'm going to go fast because I just want I don't want real concentrated burning right here because I'm just shading. And I want to be able to add as I want to add. Because once you burn, it's burned. So I want to add as I want to. So for that reason, I'm going to go fast. The faster I go, the less it burns concentrated in one area. So I'm going to go pretty fast here. It looks like this area is shaded as well. I'm gonna get in there like that. I'm gonna go up here. Okay, it's starting to look like the reference, I'm going to leave, it's got this white line. You'll see this white line on the reference where the shading stops. I want to do exactly what it looks like. So I cannot stress enough that you just need to do what you see and don't add until you really get the hang of it. Okay, the shading is going up into the eyes here. So we're going to go around the eyes. Looks like it's right here. I can go a little more here. Okay. And then right here, it's going to have pretty deep shading. So I'm going to do it a little more concentrated. Then a light shading here like the rest. And then we've got a light shading up here. And underneath the eyes. Right here. And a little bit around here. And I think that's all I need to do to the face. So, because I don't want to do too much there. That, I like the way that looks. I don't want to overwork it. I have a tendency to do that, and so I want to avoid that at this point. So let's look at the neck. The neck has got these little, so we've got some vertical lines here. I'm going to just do it like I see it. And then we've got like a line that goes down here. And then just some general shading. So I'm going to do it lightly. And that is good for the neck. Like that, I don't need to do any more. I want to because I overwork everything I do, but I don't need to do that here. A little bit of shading inside the eyes. So here, as you can see on the reference, there's, and I'm just going to finish him. I'll do some commentary on finishing him, and then I'll do a faster time frame on the rest of the shading. But he's got quite a bit of shading here, so we're gonna do a little bit of a darker shading here. It's a little bit darker right there. Again, light, quick strokes. And you're gonna eventually get to where you wanna be. Keep looking at the reference, like right here. You've got quite a bit of shading going up. like it's a little darker on the sides here. I'm just gonna keep working it. It shows kind of a movement, if you'll notice, because it's like darker on this side. I'm gonna blend that line a little bit that I burned earlier, just to make it kind of blend. And then I'm gonna do like a light blend in the middle, just so there's not like a severe lack of blending there. And I kind of like the way this looks here. I want to blend this out a little bit better. Okay, I like that. Ugh, I'm starting to overwork it. It's okay. It looks like those lines are more vertical like this. Okay, and as you can see, I've overworked it like in the middle. So don't do what I did. And then we're going to shade here. His cufflinks are shaded. The other one is shaded. Let's see. Now we're gonna do his hands. And you can see that the shading is really around the outside here. So you want to copy what you see. It's right, I'm just barely touching. Let's see. We've got a little bit of shading there, shading there. Just barely touching. Okay, and over here, I'm gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna barely touch. You should be used to this attachment now. Be able to do that shading without making a mess of it. Let's see. Okay. So that shading is done on him. So what I might do is take this. This is an eraser that works on wood. It's not going to take away what I did here. It's just going to lighten it up just a little bit. So it doesn't look quite so overworked. And that kind of fixed what I had going on there because I just overworked it a little bit there. I really got the face good though. I like the face. I'm tempted to want to get in there and do more. I think it's important that you don't overwork anything. The only thing I would change here is just a little bit darker here because it is in the picture. And that just adds a little depth. It's a little bit darker. Oh my gosh, I'm doing it again. It's a little bit darker under here. I'm gonna leave it alone now. The rest of it I'll finish this out. And then we'll add the name on the bottom. I'll finish this out. I'll do it in I'll make it a little bit faster, but you can still follow along. Okay, now that we're done with that, we are going to, this is all cooled off now. We're going to undo this and take this out so that we can do the name at the bottom. All right, we're gonna let this get warmed up again. Now, this is extremely rough, what I've done here. So we want to clean this up and make it flow a little better. And this tip is very good for that. Okay, and we're gonna outline make them a little scary, a little spooky. And you can thicken up any lines after. I like how that turned out. Okay, so now make this a little more prominent. And shade it in on the end. Give it some depth here. Then we're gonna erase all the pencil mark. Okay, and for the purpose of this video, I don't think I'm gonna add any color. I like how it's turned out. When I look all through here, I don't really see anything I've missed. I was pretty thorough. I did add this earlier, as you probably saw, because it wasn't finished out on the paper, on the reference. And I wanted to finish the circle out, which is weird. I don't know why it wasn't finished, but that's the decision I made. And once you make the decision, the decision's made. So, yeah, I think this is done as far as this. The next video is going to show you how to protect it, how to make it look deeper and richer. Okay, now we are going to sign the back before we do anything else to this piece. I found the reference image online. I have no idea who it belongs to. It might be an AI image. I have no way of knowing who did it or who it belongs to or anything. I looked and I couldn't find it. So the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to write with this. If you're doing a wood burning, wood burn your signature as well. I just think that's probably the best way to do it. That way you're not just taking a pen and marking up your wood. So if I care about it being straight, which I should probably, I can put some pencil lines. Pencil, not pen. Okay. All right, because I'm going to get rid of these after. reference image artist unknown. Okay. Then I'm going to put where I'm at. And that it is June 2025. And then I'm going to sign right here. And I'm going to go over my signature again. And I'm going to go over any of these that are hard to read. I'm going to make sure that they can read that this reference image is not mine. I do use AI to do some reference images, but I didn't in this case. Okay. Now, I'm going to remove my outlines. Now, it is totally wood burned. It's signed on the back. So finished. Next, we're going to seal. Okay, I used this sealer for these 12-inch rounds. It doesn't work with everything. If it is a harder wood, then it makes it too dark. But for these that I buy off Amazon, it works really well with the kind of wood. All right, so I use these throwaway brushes, like literally, I think these are 50 cents a piece. I buy them by the case, and once I use them, I just get rid of them. So what we're gonna do is we are going to just pour a little bit of this on there. and see what it does to it. It really deepens it. We're gonna let this sit for about 15 minutes. I need a little more right here. We're gonna apply 2 coats of this. And it really makes that wood grain come out. We're gonna let it sit for 15-20 minutes. In this case, I'm gonna go eat, so it'll be a little longer. It'll be about 30-45 minutes. And then we're gonna apply another coat. I have dogs, and sometimes their hair gets on my projects. So we're gonna let it dry, and we're gonna apply another coat. Okay, so this is mostly dry, but before we put another coat on it, I am gonna put this hanger on the back to get the middle point. So I do not use these screw holes because it goes through, the screws go through because this is so thin. So if this is the top, then this is, probably should have put this on here before I did the signature, because now it's off. It's not aligned, which is fine, I guess. But I am gonna and now we can put one more coat of this Danish wool on there. And we're gonna let it sit overnight. So this will be the last thing we do to finish up this project. The second coat takes a lot longer to dry, but as you can see, it is worth it. Tomorrow, I will let the client know that it is ready. All right, thanks for being here. Bye.